Hello, viewer, and welcome to Pick a Card Reading. This Pick a Card reading is about a relationship. The first person who comes to your mind when you heard the word relationship, it's about them. We'll take a look at your relationship. I'm going to give you three options. They're going to be not options actually, but they're going to be three cards. Go with your intuition with which card calls out to you, and it can also be more than one. All right. This is card 1, this is card 2, and this is card 3. I will put a crystal also if you feel guided by the crystals. Moonstone, and this is an amethyst. This is a green colored heart-shaped crystal. I don't know the name of this. So take your time. In fact, actually don't take your time, because your intuition will just tell you which one to pick. If you're being guided to pick up more than one, you can watch that as well. We will start with this card first. Let us take a look. What does this say? Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. This is a card about communication. I think it talks about communication within that relationship, and let us explore this a little. Okay. Yeah. Let us explore this a little. I think I'll put it here. Okay, is that all right? Fine. Let us explore this a little. What is this card trying to tell you? King of Swords, Temperance, Judgment. Okay. So I think you had a very clear cut conversation which was very true. Okay, whatever you said was actually the truth which you communicated to this person, right? It has brought about a certain balance for you, is because you've got this Temperance card, and you're taking a look back at that entire relationship now. Some air has been cleared between you and that person, which is making you feel a lot more balanced, centered, and centered. You're not like floating all over the place, because you've had a very honest and a clear cut conversation, and now you are just looking back at this event or this conversation. It is coming up for you and to you, just to for one more time, to see what is the next step going to be. So this conversation is something which was, I think it was kept hidden. You didn't have this conversation for a long time, because there was a lot of hidden stuff which you intuitively felt for a long time, but you did not say it, you did not express it, you did not have that communication with this person, because somewhere down you knew that I mean, you have mentioned the truth, you have spoken the truth, but somehow you are now feeling that it's, see, sometimes when we communicate very clearly and openly, it does hurt the heart, right? But you realize that it was the right thing to do, even if you do not like the way you communicated or you spoke, right? But you realize that this was something which you had to do. it took a lot of effort out of you to have this very clear cut open conversation. And you really, you whatever you conversation you had, or whatever you said to this person, it is something which came from the depths of your heart about how hurt you were, right? And this hurt, you have been kind of nursing it, and or you've kept it buried inside, and now which caused you, which also strained you physically, right? Because you're holding on to secrets, you're holding on to something which you're not telling the person. So when you mentioned it to this person, how you felt and how hurt you were, it took a lot of effort out of you to have this open honest conversation with this person. But you knew that you have to you have to do this for yourself. You have to learn how to express what you don't like. You have to learn how to express that in the relationship. To have a healthy relationship, everybody has to tell the other person how they are feeling in it. You should not keep it repressed and suppressed just to keep the relationship going. So this was also a learning experience for you, how you need to communicate in a relationship in order to have a healthy relationship. And I think you have been manifesting this for quite some time. You've got the star card, which is a wish card. So you were, like, it's a wish come true. You used to wonder that, will I ever be able to do it? Will I ever be able to speak very clearly and honestly and really bare my heart and tell this person how I have been feeling about it? And you've been doing this for a long time, but finally you have done it. Because you, like the judgment card over here, it says that, it talks about you need to close this past. Maybe this was a pattern you have been repeating over and over again, and you could never do it in the previous relationships or with previous people. It might be anybody, but this particular person came up so that you could also take this step, and you could do this for yourself. This is how people come into our lives to teach us. Even if they push us, they're pushing us so that we reach the end, and then we say that I am also not going to repeat this pattern again. So previously you might have encountered people where you did not tell them how you felt, but with this particular person, it is a summing up of all the past experiences and past relationships and past encounters with people, which led you to this place where you could have a very clear cut open conversation and tell a person how you actually feel. And this has been quite a moment for you. This has been quite an event for you, the Tower card, where you have realized that that anything which is based on falsehood, anything which you're trying to cover up, anything which you have which does not have a strong foundation, is not going to last very long. Probably you were also aware about this in this relationship. And like I was just mentioning, the previous relationships and previous encounters have taught you that you cannot build a solid relationship on on a very wobbly foundation. And this relationship also probably started out on a very wobbly note. You knew it all along, but like they say that it is about how people come in to change our lives. And this relationship made you stand up, made you see the truth for what it is, made you see the falsehood for what it is, and gave you the option, gave you the choice that what would you like to do. Would you like to continue living this falsehood and keeping everything suppressed and repressed, or you want to lead a truthful life? And it's very obvious that you did decide that you are going to close a past pattern for yourself regarding any and every relationship, where you are going to speak the truth about yourself and about the relationship, right? So here it is going to really activate and heal your throat chakra. At the bottom of the deck, there is this 9 of cups. I mean, a wish has been fulfilled for you. Like, you've got this star over here, a wish you have been waiting on for a very long time, that when can I tell this person all what I feel, right? So all those who chose pile 1 have this is has been your reading. And let me take out a card for a future outcome for you, right? You've got the Emperor. See, now you feel a lot more established, and you feel a lot more in control of yourself and situations, because this relationship gave you the opportunity to do that. Like a king who's very firm, who decides how things are to be done, lays down certain rules and regulations. And this experience has taught you that what is the right thing, what is the best thing for everybody concerned. And may not be everybody, but at least for you, because only you live your life, everybody is living their own life. So here it is more about being your own authority, standing in a little bit of authority for yourself, what you accept, what you don't accept. All right, just let me take out a few more cards for you, just some more messages. Let's see. Spread your wings. So now you are, now with this Emperor card here, having established something for yourself, now you know that you are not going to hold yourself back ever. Regarding anything and anybody, you are going to fly freely, be free in a relationship, be free to say what you want, do what you want, express yourself, express your individuality. All right. And you've got this card of clairaudience here. Now you start trusting the inner voice which talks to you. You trust the messages which come to you randomly, which you hear very well. There is a little a transmitter inside of you which is broadcasting some messages to you. And I think now you have been in that process of trusting this guidance which comes to you and what you hear, right? Whether it's like you just overhear a conversation or overhear a remark from some random person which seems to strike a chord in you, that yeah, you have been also thinking like this, and it is some kind of validation, right? So it's all about hearing and listening, which has kind of become a little more stronger for you. You pay more attention to these kind of things which just you get to hear, and as well as the inner guidance which you have been following. Any other messages for pile 1? Let's see. You have got gifts from God and you've got victory. See, these are beautiful cards of pile 1, because here now that you are ready to fly, you're ready to open up, and as you open up, you see all these new experiences, new abundance coming your way, and just be receptive and open to it. It could also be that more of your clairs and more of your intuitive powers are going to now come to the fore, because now that you have been following this inner guidance and you know that it is coming from a trustworthy place and you can trust it completely, more psychic insights would be coming your way. So just open up to those spiritual gifts which are coming to you, and you are feeling that sense of victory and accomplishment over this entire thing. And that of course it feels very good that we have completed a cycle for ourselves. We've learned certain lessons about ourselves. It's taken us a lot of courage, but eventually we have been victorious in our in this particular challenge. So pile 1, I hope you enjoyed your reading, and let us move on to those who have chosen the second card. Here, what does your card say? Victory. See, it's quite closely connected with the previous pile, which also had which also saw them accomplishing and becoming victorious in something, right? Let's take a deeper look into what kind of victory does this card talk about. It definitely means that you've accomplished something, you've put an end to something, you've achieved something, All right, let us see what is this victory card about. Two of Wands, the Magician, Queen of Coins. So I think it's about having chosen a path for yourself when you had the options and you decided that you're going to create something for yourself, right? You're going to choose one thing and work on it, and I think what you have been doing has been pretty successful. Okay, that is what the general drift of your reading is, of having made a good choice for yourself. Two of Cups, Two of Coins, and Judgment. And again, like, this is a card of choices. You knew that you were faced with choices, what to do, what not to do, but based on your and you see that in some way it is a reflection of your past. Something about it has a strong bearing to your past, right? Just let me go a little deeper in this. Okay. So in the past, when you had a similar situation, whatever the situation with the relationship be. So in the past, you had a relationship where you had to really, spend a lot of time balancing a lot of things to, keep the relationship stable, right? And it was a lot of effort for you, but now you feel that any new relationship you are going to choose, it is going to be a lot more nurturing because your past experience has taught you something. It has taught you something about relationships, and this particular person, whoever is in whoever you had in mind when you saw this reading, you are now deciding to move, take your relationship forward. But the past also comes back to you. But in the past, where it was quite a it was, it took, you found it that it required a lot of work to handle a relationship. But now with this new relationship, you don't find, balancing a relationship as work. You don't take it as work. It's more nurturing. Whatever you are doing in the relationship now, in this new current relationship, it is you doing it from a sense of nurturing yourself and nurturing the relationship. The previous one was about work. You only saw it as work. There was very little, nurturing or emotions in that. But this new one gives you the time to nurture yourself, to nurture your partner, to nurture the relationship. And you move ahead with with a lot more, you've moved forward in this. Now you're moving forward in this with a little, with measured steps. You always reflect on every step before you proceed, because this is something new for you. It is it is at some level, it resembles the past because of this judgment card. But when you see that past, now you approach this new relationship very differently, with a lot more thought, with a lot more inner guidance to help you do what you think is good for the relationship, what nurtures you, what nurtures your partner, and what nurtures the bond. So there are some similarities with the previous one, but here this has got a nicer color. It is more nurturing now. So even if you do something, see, at the bottom of the deck we've got Queen of Cups. It's all about nurturing. It's all about intuition. It's all about feeling. You are in this relationship more for feeling rather than the material things. Okay, so the previous relationship was probably more about a physical existence, where you had to, it was all about, the tangible stuff. But here, this relationship is more about, the feeling. It's about deep love. It is about a deep, connect you have with this person. And as a result, the patterns, some patterns might be similar to the previous relationship, but now these patterns you are dealing with, dealing with them from a more emotional level. You're dealing with them in a more mature manner. You're dealing now, you have learned how to handle a relationship at the physical level, emotional level, as well as the intellectual level, which wasn't there in the previous one. This one, the previous one taught you, uh, you know how to incorporate all these things to have a healthy relationship. It's not only about the physical, it's not only about the emotional, it's not only about the mental. You don't always think and conduct yourself in a relationship. You don't always see what you're giving and taking in a relationship. You don't always see how you are feeling constantly in a relationship. It has to be all these things, which gives this current relationship a more wholesome feeling. And that is why you feel victorious, you feel happy, you feel good. You feel that your past experiences are helping you live this relationship in a more beautiful manner, in a more nurturing and a wholesome manner. It is also giving you a lot of spiritual insights. And sometimes you do feel that I wish I had this experience in the previous one, things would have turned out better. But everybody teaches us something. So the previous relationship has also taught you how to handle and balance every relationship, and that is why you have this sense of victory. that you have learned something, you've accomplished something, you've moved, a few steps higher in the rung of your own existence. You're a better person now. You're a lot more mature, you're a lot more stable, you're a lot more grounded, and you access your inner wisdom more often, which helps you in this relationship. Okay, now let me get a little, no, first I will get a probable outcome for you regarding this. You've got King of Wands. So, now you are, the outcome of, you have a lot more confidence in yourself. You express yourself a lot more. You don't hold back. This is another thing, which now you are feeling. You feel more assured, you feel more confident, you feel more energetic, because everything is balanced. And when, energies are balanced, then we have a very healthy self-esteem. It is a king, it's all about, having that assurance and self-confidence. It's also impacting your solar plexus. You get that confidence of, having learned from your mistakes, and now you see how you apply it in your current situation and how beautifully it is panning out for you. All right, Paltu. Now just let me get a little guidance for you. Not guidance, just some messages, right? You've got this. Take back your power. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. And the second card is Divine Order. So, now you are in that, this card just backs up this tarot reading, which is telling you that, now you have figured out how to manage and channel your energy. You don't give it away just like that. You channel it. You adapt it. You allow it to flow. There is a continuous flow, and that is why there is a balance. There is an order in you. And when the order is in you, then the outer environment also appears balanced. We cannot be imbalanced inside or lopsided inside and have everything working out very nicely for us on the outside. No. You have come to a point where you know how to handle and channelize your energy vis-a-vis another person. And that is why this new person is in your life, because you have learned from your previous relationship about this, which has brought a new order and balance, which gives you a more balanced environment for yourself, right? And it is just, how it is supposed to be for now. So, everything what has happened was meant to happen. That's also another meaning of this card. So just look at the illusion. I mean, don't, get trapped into the physical events of what happened. Look a little beneath that and see that, what was the reason. And I'm sure, as you are seeing this reading, you know what that was for. So when you understand and you appreciate and acknowledge the learning part of it, you don't hold any grudges and you don't feel bad about, what happened, because you have learned something from that. Okay. Your last card here as guidance is Indigo and Crystal Children. So this card talks of, certain souls which go through some very tough times because they need to just align themselves with, the higher powers. And you have that, energy in you. You have that strength in you. You have that inner knowing and inner power in you to go through some very challenging times so that you ascend on your spiritual journey. The previous relationships were to make you realize your spiritual connection, right? And teach you certain lessons, and in the process, work a little hard to learn all of them. But that is how, things pan out for Indigo and Crystal Children, because we have such a strong spiritual connect that we go through all of this, and that spiritual connect helps us to see the situation for what it was. Okay, Pilotus, so that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Let us move to the last card. What is this card about? All those who chose this card, Door to Value. So it shows, a lot of abundance coming in, a lot of experiences and a lot of associations which add value to our life. It can be financial also, and it need not always be financial. Valuable experiences, a valuable meeting, people who add value to our life, having doing things which add meaning to our own life and existence as well. So we will take a look through the tarot and see what it is. But since this is a relationship reading, I think it shows that you have relationships now which are adding value to your life. It can also be that now having a relationship which gives you a lot more financial stability, security as well. And other than finances, also adds a lot more value to to how you see yourself. I mean, you feel that life is precious, life is valuable. Everything this person has brought for you, this relationship has brought for you, has increased the value of all what you have. You've got Hanged Man, Knight of Wands, and Two of Wands. So for some time regarding this relationship, you were wondering what to do, what not to do, and all of a sudden I think you have given it a go ahead. And though you have stepped into this relationship because you feel that it adds to you in more than one ways, but you're still you're not 100% dedicated to it. You're 80% in it but 20% not in it, and it can be 50% in it and 50% not in it. So there is something about the relationship which you are little undecided, but for the 50% you're decided, that it is adding some value to your life, maybe emotionally, maybe financially, maybe any way, but it is adding something to you, and that is why you are moving ahead in this relationship. Okay. Page of Swords, Five of Wands, and Five of Cups. But I think you have a few trust issues with relationships, with this particular relationship, right? And you lack a little trust, because of which your mind is constantly in turmoil. What, and your mind is not at peace with the relationship, because of these trust issues. You don't trust this other person completely. You often check their phone, you might check their messages, you might check their social media, you might check what they are up to, where they are, and whom are they talking to, and things like that. And these kind of doubts keep going on in your head, right? And because of which, even though you are in the relationship, you feel out in the cold. After when you go through this entire process, that okay, let me check on so and so, what are they doing, and whatever it is, if you find something that bothers you, then you don't feel like communicating in the relationship. And if you found something which kind of confirms your suspicion, then again you withdraw from the relationship. That is why I said in the beginning, it's a 50-50 thing. So I think these are these trust issues which are not letting you go into this relationship 100%. But you are in it because it does give you something. Six of Cups, Moon, King of Cups. And I think this is stemming from a past relationship where you had something, you experienced something similar, and that is why these trust issues are lingering with you. But I think I'll get a little more on this Moon card. I think you are not admitting a lot of things to yourself about this. And that is why you give very little of yourself and of your emotions to this relationship and to this person, because a lot of secrets you are keeping from yourself about your past, which is, there's an unhealed past pattern of which involves trust issues which you have not healed. Probably you could have been doing the same in the past relationships and a past relationship, and that is why it didn't work out very well. The same thing seems to be playing up again. So you need to look into it, that why are you not able to trust somebody completely. I think if you take a good look at this thing as to why you are not able to do it, you will come out of this heartache kind of situation. You need to go back to the past relationship and clear it up. And once you do that, then you will leave that past behind. You will leave the past insecurities behind. You will clear up the residue from the past relationship, and then you will be, you'll participate a lot more in your current relationship. Okay, I think you need to have a conversation, clear up the air with this past person where you experienced trust issues. Maybe they did something, and maybe it caused you a lot of heartbreak. Not maybe, I'm sure it did cause you a lot of heartbreak, right? So you need to go and clear that thing for yourself, and then only can you move wholeheartedly. Then you will not be in this two of one situation of half here and half there. Once you clear up this past, then you will be 100% in this new relationship, right? Because as of now, the way things are, you're not able to give yourself, you give measured amounts to your relationship. You put a limit to how much you're investing, how emotionally in this. Like for example, when you feel very happy, you don't express your happiness fully. You express it only maybe 65%, and rest you hold back because of this past which is not cleared. Maybe you did that in the previous relationship, and somehow something went wrong over there. So you're very guarded and you're very protected with your emotional investment with this current relationship, because when you did invested 100% in the past, something went bad, something turned sour, and now you're very very cautious. But you need to go back and just check with the person. I mean, if it's over, it's best to clear the air so that you don't have those lingering chords in your energetic field which cause you to repeat those patterns, right? I'll get a probable outcome. If you follow this guidance, you've got 5 of swords. So sometimes you feel that that you kind of, if you left that previous relationship without clearing the air, you feel that it was the right thing for you to do, to kind of kick that person out of your life, and they deserve this. That is what you feel. You don't want to give up that sense of feeling that I left you because of the way you behaved. And now if you, and since it is not cleared up, like your energy field is not cleared up, not clear of that energy, you're carrying that relationship in your energy body, which is hampering your current relationship. But you feel if you go back and have a conversation, it's like you it's some kind of defeat which you don't want to accept, that I am carrying it, I'm still not over it, I'm still not cleared of it. And so you look at it as as defeat, that yeah, you have to go back again to the person to clear up. But you should not feel like that, because you're only damaging yourself in this bargain. Life is not about winning and losing. It's all about experiences. And you have to meet that person and say that why is this, only so that you can have a peaceful mind and heart. So don't look at it as victory, defeat, and things like that. Okay, the Emperor and death, and only when you stand up for yourself regarding this, and you want to, because you want to bring about the change for yourself. You don't want to live in that old energy of having similar experiences in every relationship. The only way to break that pattern is to assert yourself and see and do the right thing, because the Emperor is somebody who always does the right thing because it is for the greater good. But here, just look at yourself first, and the other person will take something from it if they are also open to it, right? But you need to put an end to the situation so that your current relationship has a good chance of succeeding, because it's very obvious that this new relationship brings loads to you, but you do not welcome all of it because of this past which I have just described, which the cards have just shown you. So you can change the situation. All right, you need to just assert it and assert yourself and assert the fact that you want to clear this up for yourself. If nothing else, it is not about, don't see a narrow perspective of it, of how can I go back, and I'm going to lose face and whatever. No, those are ego trappings of the ego which keep you held back. They don't let you grow spiritually. They keep you confined in a small place, in a small version of you. You need to overcome these barriers of the ego and live from your spirit. because we are learning these kind of karmic lessons to grow and evolve spiritually, not at the physical level, right? So it would be a good idea, to go and clear up and transform that old energy, this energy of five of swords, right? And give and free yourself from that, learn a few lessons, learn a few truths about experiences, about people, about spirituality, which you will learn when you go and clear up with this person, and you'll be free of that pattern, for lifetimes then. Okay, you will not be repeating it at the soul level, because you will have some spiritual growth from it. That is quite evident. Let me get some messages for you. Career transition. See, your life purpose is changing. This relationship and clearing up the past. This past relationship and the current relationship, when you are going to heal them, no, things are going to shift for you. Your work is going to change. You are going to find probably something which is more aligned to your soul path, right? You're not walking the path you are meant to walk. Whoever has selected this particular pile, this is for you to tell you that you're not walking the path your soul is meant to walk, because this thing has not been cleared up, and clearing this will be such a big shift for you and actually put you on the path which you're meant to be, where you'll really be happy in terms of a relationship, right? And you've got this career card over here. You will see that once you clear this up and you are in a better space in your current relationship, your soul path is going to open up. You will know where you have to put in your energy with this person, with this relationship, because this person has come to you for accompanying you in more than one journey, more than one road, passion. So you that passion is not coming out fully in terms of living life, in terms of your career path as well, because of this block which hasn't been cleared. So once you clear that, you're going to free up your emotions, you're going to free up your energy, you're going to invest wholeheartedly in your life, in this current relationship, as well as your work. This is your past is is a little block which is preventing this flow coming towards you, right, in all possible ways. So you just need to do that. And this is a card of transition. This is a card of which is talking about transition. So you're being urged strongly to do this and comfort. You will be at peace. You will finally be immense peace and comfort is destined for you when you once you clear this, because right now you are disturbed that this relationship is very nice, it's giving you a lot, but you are not able to give yourself to it because of these blocks. So here the guidance is coming to you that you clear it up. You've got the universal support, because the universe is very keen that you walk a new path which has got plenty to offer. You're holding yourself back, viewer, so don't do that. You have it in you to go and clear the situation for yourself and start a new journey for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for watching.